So, we're broadcasting live. I didn't intend to. I accidentally hit the button. Yeah, we can put it on us. Flip it over. Our broadcaster does not. There. How's that? Does that work? That works. Go ahead and tell them. Let's see if we get any viewers. Lori was saying we should turn the chat box so we can let them know when we're on. Oh, okay, I'll turn it on. And I can just leave it on. I'll do that right now. It's recording. But tell them where we are. Because it'll be...
We're in Schaumburg, Illinois, at the Comfort Inn Suites. And we're broadcasting, but facing us.
Yeah, we asked her if she didn't want it on her, and we said, that's fine. Just whoever is willing to. Otherwise, we have it on, but it's all you can see is us two. Like, we could pick it up and show the room real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Come find her magic button.
Oh.
She found mine.
You know, this is really...
Okay. Sorry.
Okay. I don't like the fact that you're it's recorded. Goodness gracious.
Why don't you pick it up and show the room?
Okay. How do I switch back to the other?
Just hold it. Face it out.
Oh, well, yeah, switch. I can switch. And here is the room. Say hi, Deb. Warning, poor network connection. Okay, and
From my phone, look at that.
Go. How do you? Just me.
It did that for mine, but it's still running. Okay.
There. I'll put the link there. Poor network connection.
Are you connected to Wi-Fi on your phone?
No. Do I need to be?
You have a better connection if you are.
Well, we'll let it go for now.
I can put different links up.
Well, I put the one to the page where it'll show all the... It doesn't matter. Either one works. I put all of them in the sidebar.
Oh, my goodness.
I was just going. We're frozen.
Yeah, we are. 'Cause you probably need to put yours on Wi-Fi so you have a better connection.
Oh, you have an ad, that's why.
Oh, nice. That's the photo I used for the background. I didn't realize there was a person on here.
I saw that. Is it frozen still?
It's still an ad for some reason.
I need to turn my volume down in case my thing starts talking to myself.
I just muted my volume. See, it's going really slow. This is 13 seconds.
Yeah.
It should have been over by now.
See, we have like no viewers, so until we get some people.
Kat or Katina, whichever you want to call me is fine. And I want everybody to feel free to like ask questions throughout the whole thing. Cause I don't have like Tammy, she's a teacher, and so she's like all prepared for her class and has like, you know, she's all, you know. But in me, I know some subjects to talk about, but I'm kind of like winging it, and like, because I would love for you guys to ask questions, or like, you know, the person next to you can help you. And some of the stuff you probably already know, but like Tammy and I last night, she was just in my house for a couple hours. We both like learned a couple different ways of doing things off of each other, you know, and so maybe you know might benefit.
You're not doing the camera.
My subject is tips and tricks for Speedy Scrappy, and basically, if you think of speed scraps and getting your layouts done in a quick amount of time, I emailed my CT and was like, what do you guys, you know, struggle with, or during speed scraps, what do you need help with? And they gave me a bunch of ideas, and so I'm gonna kind of talk about some of those things. The main thing is that I'm going to talk about, for now, is file organization. Being able to find the right kit to use. You know, I get like halfway through my layouts, and you know, I still don't know what kit I'm going to use, or I switch. And so, there's lots of different ways that people use to organize their scrapbooking kit. I like to use the file and folder based system. Some people do tagging system, which some of your programs like Bridge through Photoshop, or you can use organizers through Elements. I tried it and dabbled in it a little bit, but to me, it's just much easier to do the file folder system if you do it in a certain way. So, there's lots of ways that you can organize. And let me open up mine here. Okay, so there's some people like to do it by designer, keep all the kits by designer, but I can't ever remember what designer did what kit. So that doesn't work for me. And some people like to do it by store, organize it by store, but like I just have one big folder because all my kits are like from stuff to scrap people anyway. So that wouldn't work for me. And some people do like color of the kit, but that wouldn't always work for me either. And I can't imagine doing this, but some people even do like where it's like type of elements where they keep the papers together, they keep their stitches together, they keep their flowers together. I can imagine, like, I'd be searching constantly to find stuff that matched and went together. But so I recommend what works for me is doing it by theme, okay? And I'll talk about, and primarily I do, like as a designer, I organize my CU stuff pretty much in the same way that I do my personal use stuff, my kits. Only like for my CU stuff, I have a few like favorite, designers and stuff, so they'll have their own category, but basically and I don't have everything. This is just stuff files that I put over to my laptop for purposes of this. But one great place to look to start with the themes is to go to the SPS store and look at the products by theme category, because that's a really good lists really good categories, and a lot of these are categories from that. Like I've got animals, boys, I put fall and autumn together, food, holidays, special occasions, love, music. I mean, it just depends on what you. And then I put like all my quick pages together, okay? And so then
3 cats.
and then like within, you know, the folders I have. But okay, so I'm kind of getting flustered a little bit. So it's hot up here.
Well, you are in the hot seat.
I know. The lights are off, not shining on me now. Okay. So once I do that, and I have them like all in my categories and stuff, then what I was showing Tammy last night was that you can customize your pictures on your folders, which I'll show you. So like the first two on this, like the Boys Roll and the Brady kit, they have where you can basically see the kit preview in there, and you can kind of get a glimpse. But like this, like Game Night and the Sandbox and Superheroes, this one, I can't even like really see them. So one trick that you can do is you right click on your folder and you go to Properties and you go to Customize and choose choose File. And you guys are welcome to, mess around and do this on your computers. And then you just can go in and you just find like the kit preview and you say open it, you apply, and say okay, and then from now on it saves it, and when I'm looking through, then it's going to have so it's kind of gives you a quick view of what's in it. So it's a lot easier, like in Speed Scrapper when you're doing a layout, to like quickly see what colors it is. Gives you more specific. Yeah. Yeah, but and I always forget that. So if you take the time as a designer to do it, then it will be that. It should save it. So unless there's some folder options which we found out last night that like on Tammy's, she had her all her DigiScrap files in her like My Documents under My Libraries or something. Well, with Windows 7, it was automatically creating like an icon thing for it, and so when she right-clicked it, it wasn't giving her the customized tab. But she copied it to folders, moved her DigiScrap folder to like her desktop, which is where I keep mine at. And then when you right-click, it was right there. The customized was there. It just wasn't available whenever she got it in my library. So. Can you show us one more time? Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So.
Ask her where she's at.
I'm going to try this one. I'm going to turn my view up extra large so I can see it better. Make sure that there's one there. Okay, so you just go to your folder, you right click, just go down to where it says Properties, and then go over to Customize. You've got a tab to Customize. And then go to Choose File, and then you go into your folders and find the file that you want to show. Oh my God, that's the coolest thing ever. Yeah, you say open, and then you apply it, okay, and then yeah, and most of the time, it's like you see that it puts whatever is in alphabetical order first. So a lot of times you'll see the TOU or some element.
Is it moving? Because this isn't moving. Oh, it is. We have one live viewer from Wisconsin. Internet is fun.
Okay, and then, okay, so, you can do some people do the tagging, because then you can basically search and, find what you want, but you can pretty much do the same thing without doing the tagging too. So like if this is just my main folder with all my kits in. And so if I like go up here and search like Christmas, then it's going to pull up anything that has like the word Christmas in it, or is in my main like Christmas theme folder. Okay. So like this is my main Christmas theme folder, so I can either like go into it and look at the kits there, or I can go down and it's going to show all my like little subfolders within that too. And it's going to show every like item. So if it has the word Christmas or it's in like my Christmas folder, then it's going to show everything. So it's like if I'm like, oh, I want to work in this kit, then here it is. And here's like the whole kit. So it's like you can search by or like I don't know. For Thanksgiving, and it'll pull up anything that's like a Thanksgiving. So like if you don't want to sit there and like look through everything, you can just type in keywords, or like I could do frame, and it's gonna like show any frame. So if the designer puts frame in the title, then it'll bring up like all the frames.
Those are the keywords?
Yeah, that's through up there at the top of your up here at the top you should have like a search bar, and you can, I think in XP, I can't remember, there is a search feature on XP, but I can't remember how. It's a little bit, it's not up here at the top, I can't remember it. You can search folders, and it's the same thing.
Do you use colors?
No, only if you've got it categorized by that, or if the designer has named that, Like sometimes I might name a kit, name a something red frame, if it's a red frame in the kit, usually I don't get that detail. But it's like if I think they're like red, well see, I did actually, I put red pipe, red brick, red bow, so, and actually it is pulling up these by Andrea that have red in it. Oh, I know why, because these are in a folder that's marked red, because it's from the collab kit that's categorized by color. So yeah, it will in some cases do that. Okay, and then something that I haven't done, but one of my CC members, and it could be somebody that's here because I don't remember who told me this, but it's a clever idea that I think I will start doing. Is with their kits, they put like a special folder that's called a kit preview. And then what they do is for every kit that they have, they copy the preview over and have a file that's just like full of like kit previews. And then when they're like a speed scrapper gonna, do a layout, then they can just like scroll through all of their kit previews to, view what they look like. Now I don't have very many on here, but
That makes it easy too.
right, and I thought that was like a really clever idea. So then you're like, oh, okay, boys rule. I want to do that kit. Well, so I can just go boys rule. What should I pick it up here? If I did it right. I must have not named it right, because I'll show you what you have to do. What should I have?
I think you were searching in the preview folder.
Yes, that's right. Okay, you got to go out to your main folder to search it, and then you search boys rule, like it's your main folder after you pick it. I was searching within that kit preview folder. So just take a hike one. I go out to my main folder and search it.
Question.
Yes.
I'm guessing you got that from me because I did a tutorial at the beginning of the year on the main laws about organization.
Yeah.
And one thing that I do with my kits is I put every time I get a kit, I put it in a folder that says kit previews.
Mm-hmm.
But, and again, I do this on a Mac, so I'm pretty sure you could do it on a PC, but there's a way to tag each preview. So like if I get a Christmas kit, I'll tag it with Christmas, winter, if there's snow elements, I put snow, kids, boy, I tag it with whatever I want. So then I can search within the kit preview folder for kits that match that.
Yeah.
Do you tell your designer?
No, I usually don't do the designer names. Just general keywords is what I look for.
Do you do it with an organizer?
Like I said, I do it on Mac. Hang on, let me see.
You do it in an iPhoto?
No, I do it on a Mac. I just right click on the preview, and then it pulls up a show in. It pulls up a little like that. Properties. Go to properties.
Okay. Right. Okay.
Details. Go back to general.
No, she was in the right place. You can do it in Windows Live Photo Gallery easier.
Yeah,
right.
I'm sorry, I don't know how to do it.
Yeah. I mean, there's lots of, and you can do the same thing like in Elements Organizer, and I mean, there's lots of different like photo programs that you can add the tags to.
You can add it directly from the details one where you were at too.
From this.
Mhm. Where were you at?
Here.
You have to scroll down and find the right one on the details, I think.
Oh yeah, you're right. Well.
And then you can type directly in them, but I forget which one it is because I haven't done it in a while. There, right there, it says tags. Now click out there. Now you can add it in there.
So let me see, like, got raccoon.
And then if it's a photo, you can add your journaling right there under comments.
And usually have to, at least on the Mac, you have to separate it with, a comma or it's automatically.
Yeah, it automatically has like a semicolon or something.
Yeah. But I find that a really good way to find stuff quickly, and then I'm not looking through everything. I'm just looking through that one folder.
Yeah, I have no details. Yeah, I don't have details.
Oh, in the special activities.
Is it something that you don't have? You can't do a folder?
Oh yeah, it does when I go back to the main screen and I search on those.
Did I have
That's
okay, leave it there for right now.
No, I said
I'll move it somewhere.
some of us don't have any details.
Later.
Oh yeah. Well, I just
Every time I get the first thing I do. Yeah.
Right. Oh, but I did it and I'm trying to search it and it's not doing.
Yeah, but it's like now every single it's like happens.
Send her a link. This lady's asking. Go to go here. And then all the way down. To course one. Send this lady that link, will you? She's asking questions and say, tell her to click on the free PDF. We have 2 guests. We have people watching. Oh, I gotta give you the privilege to do links. Hold on.
It did just pull up that photo.
Allow links. Okay, now try it. To see if it came out censored, you have to put the link in there again. Oh. There it worked.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, it does. Yeah. So yeah, you could do that. You could add like like here I went to this one. I didn't know you could do that. That's much easier. Right. You could add like all kinds of details.
Well, there's probably a way to do it.
Yeah. No, it is. It did. It did. When I put it on this preview image, like I put the word slide, and then the boy. And I applied it, and then I went up here, and I searched for slides. It did pull that up, so it is, so it is doing it. It's showing me that kit has the tab for slides.
Yeah, it's just a slightly crazy thing that I do.
No, you could. And some people, right, yeah. No.
I know I'm very weird.
Yeah, I mean, lots of people have different ways to do it. Some people like change, I like to change it somehow that the folder is sort of, some people like spend the time to change like every single file, like they'll put a keyword or something for it.
But you cannot do that on pings. You can only do that on JPEG.
Right. So you couldn't do each individual one, but you can.
I can't get that preview to show up.
For guests, we have 5 people watching our live viewing at the current moment. Hi, everyone.
Yeah,
okay, it's not showing because it's probably, I bet it's a folder option, but it's showing here. See how it is showing up like here? Right. Right. So I'm thinking it's probably, if you, it might be.
That's no fair.
Or tablet. It should. Right.
32 unread.
Okay, and anybody that's like having problems or can't, like Michelle, we can like, when we have free scrap time, we can like mess with them and try to figure it out. Okay, so another thing that my CP members talked about, like when we did speed scraps, was that a lot of the designers are always saying to crop things into shapes or crop them into like a 4x4 square, and a lot of people struggle with knowing how to get the measurements right, or how to do a photo in a shape and stuff, so I thought I'd go over that with you guys. And you guys are welcome to open up your scrapbooking program too, and like follow along with me if you can. I'm sorry I have Photoshop Elements 10, so I'm sorry for like study that got, so I think you can follow along, but like if you have Photoshop or Instructor Elements, it's one of those.
Yours to work?
Huh?
I can't get mine to work.
Your 10? Yeah.
I downloaded it about a week ago.
What?
It keeps crashing.
We'll help you later.
Yeah.
Help me later, but
Yeah.
We'll get you going.
Could be something like, depends on how much RAM you have.
Did you install Style?
Or anything else?
no.
Put any of that in?
No, I mean, it took my share a lot of time. I used to do like I did that every time. But every time I go to find a missing file or anything like that, I'll just
You don't have enough RAM.
Probably.
Try running it
out
equal. Run it and equal in the working area. Access your file.
Okay, so I'm just gonna go in and create like a 12 by 12 solid page.
Okay, I hear you.
Which would just be like having a solid paper in the background. The things were on my screen. So one thing that you can do is if they're like, there's two different things that you can do. Like if they're like, if you want to like do your photo in a particular shape, and like a certain size. You can use your cookie cutter tool, like if they say like crop your photo into a shape. So
Yes, that's right.
you just basically go up here, pick your shape. And then, if you want to just freehand it, you can. If you want, like this, or you can push your shift key when you're dragging out, and it'll keep the ratio fixed so that it's symmetrical. Or you can go up here and you can tell it like.
Did that link work?
If you want it to be a fixed size, like you want the flat, I don't know, you want it to be 4 by 4 inches. Then you can go up here and click fixed size and tell it what size that you want, and then just go here and click on your screen, and it's going to click. Alright, can I go over that again? Okay. I didn't know you could do that. Okay. We can't hear you very good. Okay. Okay. Well, what I do? Well, let me open the paper and make sure like I'm actually doing it. That might be easier too.
Oh, cool. We got somebody signed in. Who's that?
Okay, so like here's like my background paper and my photo, and they're like, okay, crop it into a like if you say crop it into a shape, then what I like to do is like my picture's really big, so I like to do my shape and then resize my picture how I want it on top of the shape after I flip it to the shape. So I go here and I pick like whatever shape I want. Just choose to start. Okay, and up here I've got on string proportions. I had chosen 4 the last. I chosen 4 inches by 4 inches, so it's going to make my star that size, which is okay for this photo. But if I didn't want to do that, I could do unconstrained. I could freedo it, make this star whatever shape I wanted, or I can push my shift button and stretch it out, make it whatever shape I want. Okay. And I'm going to tell it to, I'm going to go to shape options, I'm going to see fixed size, I'm going to leave it as the 4 inch by 4 inch, or I could change this to whatever inch size I want. And then I'm going to click on it, I just click on that. Whoops, dang it. I can't do that, never mind. Take that back. You need to do it on a separate document, or it's going to do your whole thing. Okay. Now I'm going to copy, and I'm just going to copy and paste it over here. Okay. So then that's just, I'm just creating a layer that I'm going to clip my photo. Oh, is that why it was?
Yeah.
I was wondering why it messed up. I mean, you can do it like this, and I most of the time I will do it to the photo layer, but since this photo's so big and I haven't resized it yet, I decided that I was gonna do the shape first, and then gonna clip my photo to it, and then by pushing Control G, and then I can like resize my photo and what? Oh yeah, so that I can get it, how I want it, and then once I get it how I want it, then I can merge it down and do it, and then that's how you do that. But I was going to show you how to do a certain size. Okay. So if they're like, do your photo 4x4 square. Well, first though, what I want to do, since my picture is like so big for my layout, I don't want it that big. Before you crop it 4x4, you're going to want to resize it to, it's got to be at least 4x4, which it is. Because I got my ruler set up here. You can go up here, if you don't have your ruler set, you can go up here on your view, and somewhere here it says rulers right here, and then it'll put your measurements on the top, so you can kind of say that. So I got my picture, and then I can go here on this one, or this happens if I want to do a square, my shapes. I've got square and shapes. And then so if they tell you to use the 4x4 square on your photo, then you just go pick your square shape, pick size 4x4, and then when you click it, it's going to do that. And then you just move this around until you can get it on your photo where you want it. And then click it when it's okay. And then, see, dang it, do it to me again. Do that.
Is your ratio set up so that you don't have to hit the shift key? Because you were saying you'd have to hit the shift key to make it an equal ratio, and I don't have to.
Well, and that's a setting too, up here.
Yeah, you should only need to use the shift key if you're doing it with the
Right.
with the unconstrained.
Right. I always tell it to do unconstrained because I guess I'm used to doing it when I do designing, and so I just always have it under unconstrained, and then I just always put my shift key. But for whatever reason, I was practicing doing all this last night, and it was working okay for me, and I don't know why it's not working now, but okay.
Because you're trying to teach it, and it's really tricky to copy with it.
I know, so I'm messing something up. But I do know I did it last night with
We know what you want.
I did my rectangle marquee key tool last night and did it, and that is the easy way to do it. Because you can basically do the same thing. You just go up here, you choose so if you're doing like a square, rectangle, oval, circle, whatever, you can choose this tool. And then you can do the same thing, where you go over here to the mode and you pick what size you want. And you can pick the proportions that you want. Which I don't know why now it's going over here too.
You taught me two new things.
Okay, so then I have this, but the reason I was trying to do the crop tool was to save a step, because then when you do it like this, you have to select the inverse to cut away from that layer. Okay, so you have to go up here to, when you got it centered and how you want it in the right size, the 4x4 inch, then you got to go select, and you have to say to select the inverse, because then it's going to select the outside areas of that photo that I want to get rid of. And then I can get rid of it, the outside edge, and then I got a 4x4 square. Okay, so I was trying to save a step by having to do the square in the document, but you can just, I'm probably the better
Use it as a clipping.
Right, and then you just put
Well, you can create new layer, draw your shape.
Right.
Draw your shape out there, and then.
No, right. You can do it like here.
Go.
Because
Paper's its own, you just bring your paper to the new layout.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm getting so frustrated with myself now. I know it's work. Yeah, it should be that I
You
got.
just drag your paper to a new layer, it's your original paper that you're using.
Right. I don't even see like all my like tools and stuff. Okay, well, let me see. I will show you something. I'll try to get this figured out what I'm doing wrong.
You're doing good. Keep at it. You take a deep breath. You're doing good.
How about I show you something different?
Yeah, let's
And then I'll go
to something you're more confident with.
Well, I'm used to doing it. I was trying to show a shortcut by just doing it all on the same screen. I usually do it in its own document, and then I paste
Right.
it into my layout.
Right.
And I was trying to.
No,
Okay.
you're doing good.
Yeah. Right. I'll email everybody like in a couple hours.
We're just so used to being safe behind our laptop and not having anybody watch.
But okay.
It's very nervous being up there. But you're going to be done and over with, and then enjoy the rest of the weekend.
It looks okay up here, but my screen is like all stretched out and messed up looking. So it's like,
Oh, it is?
Yeah, it's kind of affecting like when I'm trying to do stuff. Okay.
I wonder what's causing that.
I just wanted it was something to do whenever it's projecting it. When we did the projecting, it's like stretching out like it's a white screen, and it did something to the resolution of it. So it's kind of like fisheye looking on my screen. So okay. So I just wanted to show like this neat little feature of like cropping photos that you can do. Is like here, it's like I searched and found these photos on the internet because I thought that these fish were like cool ones to do it to. But instead of just like doing like a regular crop where you can go up here and you say image crop. And then it comes up here, and you've got all kinds of settings, like size ratios that you can do, or you can tell it a particular height, size, whatever, or you can just freestyle it, which is usually what I do. But I thought that it was neat. So when you get it, kind of how you like I'm focusing on this like little fish right here. So you kind of like swimming down, and you can go, and then you can take and you click on the outside a little bit, and then you can you get your little curved arrow thing where you can turn it, and I can kind of like turn the photo, and then when I click OK to crop it, then it straightens the fish out. And
It's kind of just go exactly where you need. Like you
Yeah.
don't have to drag it harder.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Something to do. And you got to watch it because if you turn it and you get it like it's hanging off the screen, like here I'll show you like then like to say I turned it and I cropped it like this where I have an angle and it's like part of it's going off the screen. Well, then it's gonna put white there. Okay. So.
There's something you can do to undo that.
You know.
There. Don't
Well,
worry about it.
it would just be, if you did it and it was, the white wasn't there, like, it might not do it if I layered this photo from the background so that it was, and then if I did it, but then it's still not gonna be, see, it's gonna be an angle and there's just nothing there.
Right.
Transparent space.
Right.
So you just gotta, when you do it, you just got to make sure that, and if I like turn it and like part of it's off, well then I just go over to my corner and just downsize it until it's all within my, picture. So I thought that was neat that you could, focus in, like I could even do it more if I just wanted to, like single him out, and then it's like you could use the original photo in a layout and then actually focus in on all the little fish. But I thought it was neat that when something was like a fish that was swimming up, and you know that you could. What? That you could. Dang it! I have to select. That you could, you know, do it, and then it and you know, you can do that people or whatever. You know, if you take a photo and it's like at a weird angle and you want it to like look better in a frame or you know, straight or whatever. This one was a hard one because the edges are. And then when I crop it, it's like straight. I mean, these may not be the best photos to do it, but anyway, I thought that was a neat feature that, you know, so many times like when I crop a photo, I just, you know, crop like a regular straight photo and just do this.
How did you get the grid now?
I've got the
That's a new feature in Photoshop Elements 10 only. If you don't have 10, you don't have it.
But you have an opportunity to win it. Two of them.
The grid that you're seeing is the rule of thirds grid, so that you could use it like she would put that top line maybe on his eyes.
Yeah. And then you can really get your centered in, you know.
Huh?
Oh, right.
Okay.
But, yeah, so I just thought it was neat, you know, to kind of think outside the box and something like this where usually when I would crop it, I would just, like if I just wanted to single out like the little fish, you know, like normally, you know, a lot of people would just think of, you know, just doing a straight photo of him, but then he's like still angled down. And so I thought it was neat, the idea of that you could tilt it and then make it look like he's going straight and make for a better picture, I think. So, okay. And then I want to move on to keyboard shortcuts. Which Tammy was like, oh, what the heck?
Oh my gosh, you watch her with those shortcuts and you're just like, slow down.
Yeah, she's like, what did you do there? What? You push like 3 different things, and she's like, this is what I did.
She got me totally lost.
So, I actually, in on one of the discs, disc number 1, I think, there is a file that I've made, like a little thing that's keyboard shortcuts, but then we got this one that was a sponsor, and I think it has most of them, if not all of them, on there too, so you can feel free to look at this one, or you can look in the file and find the one that I've done. It's called keyboard shortcuts, and this is just some of the more popular ones that I use. And also on one of the folders, or one of the discs, I've included this one. Is it this one? Yeah. On this one, I've included a template. And if you want, you can go ahead and open that template up into your program if you want, so that you can. This is something that you can like kind of practice some shortcuts on. This template is something that you could really benefit using.
Oh, probably.
Them on. So, and I got them in about every format there is. So even SVG, hopefully they had somebody convert it for me.
Is there a way to change your properties so that it always opens in a larger file?
What do you mean?
Icon?
Yeah, you know, I always go up here to the top. I know that there is an XP, but I haven't figured out, I haven't had Windows 7 for very long. I know in XP you can go into like the main settings and say that all your folders should be in a certain, you know, whatever, if you want files or thumbnails or whatever. This one is like I can't.
It reserves whatever the last one you did is.
Right.
Like I just did it. Changed mine to small icons, closed it out, and open it back up, and it's small icons. It just, whatever the last thing you used, it saves it.
Yeah, mine are too. Mine are always going to like large, and I just want my extra large.
Let me find it, and I'll tell you
Yeah,
where
I
it is.
haven't been able to figure it out either.
Tools, folder options, view. Wait.
So, and I
Let me
got
see.
ones with shadows, one's like without shadows. It doesn't matter. You can just open one up. Yeah, it's on disc one, and it's like it's tips and tricks template or something like that.
Where is that word? Oh. There it is. Why is it not? Oh, I'm not deep enough into something.
I'm just gonna you're welcome to start scrapping a layout if you want, if you want to. I just went to Kit and just grabbed like a bunch of different things and opened them up in my project bin down here and just dragged them into my elements so that I can just easily view them and put them over different places. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So I have it open, and then I just go to my folder, and like I selected 8 just a variety of things, some papers, some elements. Okay. And I did it by just I pushed Control on my keyboard, and then Control lets you just pick and choose which you want. Okay. Then I have down here at the bottom, is where my elements is open, and then I can just take those that I selected, left click, and I drag it down here, and I just let go of it. And then down here in my project bin that I have open down here, it shows all the things I drug it into like the program, so it's like on the program. And that's what I usually do, like if I'm doing a layout, like I'll go to a kit and I'll find a bunch of like things that I think go together good and I like, and I kind of know things that you need, to complete a layout, like a frame and, different papers and whatever. And I'll kind of just drag everything in there, a bunch of stuff in there, that way I don't have to like go back and forth.
You're not going to do the same thing on that?
I would assume that you can, but I don't know. I haven't worked with Macs very much, so I'm not for sure if you can.
Do you use project bin?
Can you drag several
2?
things at a time into your elements? You have to do one thing at a time. See, so you can go. I always just drag everything. Some people are like open, and then they go to the folder, and you can tell it,
Well,
you can open each individual paper or element that way.
Well, like what I do is I'll have a folder open, and like when you have like one of those folders, and then and I can see it like that, and then I just open it up in Photoshop and then drag it over. But I don't have that little bin thing.
Okay, yeah, and that's a selection that you have. When you up here under Window, up on the menu bar, I have my project bin open. Tammy wasn't doing it. She was doing it a little bit different, where she was minimizing it and she showed like all of the different screens open instead of, I always just show like on my worktop there, workspace, like one thing open at a time, and I can go down here and scroll up and down to select, and by double clicking, I get to whatever paper or element that I want. Okay, so like, I'm gonna select I'm gonna go to paper, because usually when I'm doing like with a template, I go the bottom up, so I want this to be like my bottom paper. So this is where the shortcuts come in. So I keep the mouse in my right hand, and I do all the shortcuts with my left hand, and I just basically keep my pinky on the control button almost all the time. Push it down, and you go Control A, and then you say which selects all, which selects the whole thing in there, the whole paper, and I say Control C, okay? And then let's put that in my clipboard. And then I go here, I go to my background paper, and I'm going to say Control V, which is going to paste my paper onto my background layer. So, and on a template, you can either, usually I just delete this background layer because this is my new one, but you can clip it to the background layer on a template if you want. I can do the other ones, you can say Control D, which clips it to that layer below, and then you can, I used to go and merge down like here, but you can use a shortcut for it too, which is Control E, to merge down that layer that you're on to the next layer below. And so then it's like so then I go, so I've already used this paper, so usually after I Control A and Control C and copy it on my clipboard, I usually close it out so that it's not taking up room down here in my project anymore. So then I'm going to do the same thing with this paper, Control A, Control C, and just copy the whole thing. And then go here and I Control V to paste it, and Control G to flip it down. And then you can either go here, and say merge down, or you can say Control E. And then deselect, well, that would have helped a while ago when I was trying to crop that picture, and I went and it kept cropping it, and I needed to get the little marching ant things from around it, and I should have used it then, which is Control D. But it's weird that some of the shortcuts I use all the time, but then some of the things, like usually when I go to select inverse or like I merge down, I'm like so used to just going up here really quick and doing it, or go over here and say merge down. And I haven't got in habit of using those shortcuts yet. But I use the Control A, Control C, Control F. Well, I can do. That would be a good one to show. Or like when I was copying it. Well, I think that's what I call it. So like, say this is like a regular layout, and I just wanted to use like that, like, so I put my marking tool over here, and then I can actually go Control C here and copy it, or I can go Control S, but and modify everything, but I will just for purposes of doing that. I Control X, and then I Control V over here on my layout, like, and then it does it over here. But I can do the same thing. I Control V there, and that backed up what that went back a step. It undid what I did, and then I can Control V again, and every time you push it, it's going to go back like a step, Control V, which is undo. So, because I can also go here, and I can just Control C it, and then it doesn't, like, then I say no, changes, and then I can, so I copied it, and then I can Control V it, or, I paste it, and then I then, say this is pretty big photo for this one. You really, move. I can, so like for a template, I can go and I just put that over my little photo thing, which I gotta figure out which one. That's it. Okay, and then I'm right over the photo layer, and then I got my photo there, and then I Control G, which clips it to it, and then I just move it down, and so I really want to but I don't know, I like really am into templates. I like to use templates a lot, and in fact, usually unless if I'm not into speed graph, I don't hardly do layouts, but I don't like your template that I made or that somebody else made, because I spend so much time designing, and I don't hardly spend very much time doing layouts, so when I do a layout, I just want to be able to do it like really quick. So, and some of the things, like a lot of these I use as a designer that you might not use as, like, opening a new document or a blank file and stuff, but I will show you. The red eye one to me okay, so here's the picture of my son, and he's got red eye really bad. So the red eye is Control R, and I just hit Control R when I'm on the Zardo, and it'll do the red eye for me. So yeah, otherwise you go up here and then you gotta like, find it. So Control R is the red eye one. And then you do Control Alt N, and that is the auto fix. Like it's gonna brighten this one, make sure you're a little bit dark. So Control Alt N does that. Which sometimes it just saves you time. And let me see. And a lot of them that I use, that the designers use, is like the Control U and the Control Shift U, which is desaturating something or coloring something. Like if I did one thing, I do it here. Like if I say Control U, and I wanted to colorize it, I could do it and like adjust, and you can do that in effects for photos. You can do whatever shades you want, and you can make it the saturation heavier and make it lighter, darker. So it's something that you need to fix your photos too. But then, like, so I can take another paper, and I can Control A, Control C, and I go here, and take my photo map. Do that one because
Let's click I have an option. I have an option for that.
anyway, so usually when I do a layout, I do like that's how I drag. I don't drag any of my stuff up into my layout because I like the turtle. I always like to Control A, Control C it, and then copy the thing and then paste it onto my layout. Because like when I'm zoomed out and I paste it, it centers it right in the smack dab middle of my layout. And especially like on pictures and stuff, I think that's helpful to do that. And then I can move it around, if I don't want anything. If I'm zoomed in, like on a certain, here I am in the upper area, and I paste it, it's gonna paste it into the middle of your view. So it's gonna paste it up here instead of in the middle.
You can keep the Control keys, one of them, to copy it out of the bin.
Okay, out of the from down here, like when I'm down here. Okay, so I Control A, which is select all. Okay, so and then it'll give Control A gives you like the little marching ants they call it around the outside. So it shows what I did. And then I Control C, which is copy. Okay. And then when I go over into my layout, I Control V, which pastes it. Okay. So yeah. So I'm like, once you get it, you can just do it like super fast, where you're, doing it like yeah, like usually like I pick all my favorite things and drag them in there, and then I can see them all, and or like in Speed Scrap where they're like, you want so many of this and so many of that, and I can drag them all in there.
Let's put it right here. Okay, put that in.
In Elements, cool. Yeah, but it's helpful, like, when you're just speed scrap and you're like, you know, you need so many of this, so many of that, whatever, you can just drag them all in there, and then as you use them, you can close it down, and then, you know, so that way it keeps them fresh. And then, I just wanted to show you one other thing. So, I love templates, and so, most of the templates that I have are C1. I just got a copy from it. So what I started doing. Okay, so like most layout templates are saved in like PSD files, but like here's like these bottom four I have here. They're templates, but I don't like know what they look like. So what I started doing was saving them in zip files because they're also a layered format and they actually take up less room than a PSD file, and you can see it. So I go here and I say save as. This is the PSD one. So, and when I save as, this one just save over it as a PSD file. But I'm going to go down here and I'm going to change it to a zip file and save. I'm just going to leave the name the same. And then on image compression, I'm going to make sure it says LZW, enter these, and then tell it zip, okay, because then that's what's going to make your file bigger. If you pick smaller. If you pick the top one, it's going to make the file huge. If you pick the bottom one, it's going to make it one layer. Okay? You got to make sure to save it zip. And I'm going to say okay. I'm saving it. And it takes a few seconds to save it, just like it said. It takes longer to save it, but it's going to make sense. So I'm going to go back over to my folder, and then here is my template now. I'll close that one down so I can open it back up. So here is this template here. This one is not even 1 meg, and then the zip file. And this one is 5 meg on my hard drive. So once I save them, then I just get rid of it because I've already got this one. I don't need both. This one's way smaller, and I can quickly see what it looks like in my folder. So
You don't lose any quality or anything.
And there would never be a possibility that you'd never be able to open a text file in something that would open a PSD file.
Not Photoshop or Elements. I mean, if you have a compatible program, yeah. So that's what I started doing was just like, so if I get a template set that's got, you know, themes and gifts and stuff, and I just go and delete everything of the zip files and just keep those. Yeah, it seems like way more space. But you have to watch it because there's some template makers out there that, some popular ones, that aren't saving the compressions and stuff wrong, and they'll actually have their zip ones will be like 20 meg instead because they saved it at that top one that saves faster but makes a bigger file. So, you know, so you can actually resave it. If you notice it's like really big, you can actually resave it just like
So if you were creating a template, you would create it with a PSD file, and then change it to a
No. It's just that
create as a zip.
right, I could create it as that. Yes. Like if I was making one, then like if this was a new one that I was starting, and then what I'm doing is every time I'm creating different layers, you know, and then well, anyway, so I got multiple layers, like this is finished, but yeah, so then when I'm just making them, I just automatically save it as a zip file to begin with. So yeah, if you were making them, you know,
And it still comes out small.
yes. And in fact, when I'm doing like a speed scrap and stuff, where I'm doing or if I'm making a layout, and I want to save it in the middle of the layout, you know, so you don't lose everything, you know, but I want to leave it in layers because I may still want to move stuff around. I go ahead and always do it as a test now. I never save it as PSD because it'll be like 300 megabyte layout if you try to save it in PSD, and maybe it'll be 60 or 70 if you save it as a zip file. So, and yeah, I've never noticed, quality-wise, there's any difference. So anyway. So I think that'll complete it. I've done my hour, so.